If you are feeling lost in 2024, you don't really know what you want to be doing, here is what I'm doing, and maybe you can take something from that. I've been talking to a lot of people recently and they're a bit stuck. They feel like they need to be doing the norms of what everyone else is doing. They don't really feel like they should be doing other things, but they want to. So here's my plans. Take from it what you will. I'll also explain how I organise it. So if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Happy New Year. Hello Treacles. Hope we're well. I'm mixing my content creation up this year, which I'll dive into a bit later on. You're going to have lots of different styles of videos from me, starting with these ones where I'm pretty much in this setup, which is going to be awesome, plus a couple of other styles as well. However, I'm not going to talk about that yet. We're here to talk about 2024. I've made some big plans for 2024. I don't think I've ever planned this much. I don't think I've ever broken it down this much. And when I've been talking to other people, like I say, they're a bit, how do I organize this? How do I do it? I don't even know what to include in this, and so forth. So I'm going to break it down in 5 sections for you. So you can watch one section, you can watch all of them, you can watch this one or that one. It's completely up to you. Sections are pretty simple. You've got personal life, business life, top 3 goals, some extra little bits that I'm throwing in there. And then I'll also explain how I'm organizing all this using one simple tool. It's going to be pretty straightforward and you can pick the bits that you want to. Like I said, I'm just going to tell you what I'm doing. It's not what you have to do. And then you can take from that what you will. And hopefully I'll help you. That's the main point of doing this. It's not just to talk randomly about some shit. It's literally about this. So just a quick recap, if you don't know who I am. Hello, my name is Callum with a K. I've said that all my life, so I'm going to keep saying it still. And I'm an agency founder of now 6 years, which is absolutely insane. I'd say I didn't really start finding my feet until about 2 years ago when I started getting into a lot more of habits, routines, knowing my business, expanding my skills and so forth. And I'm a guy that's also trying to get into content creation, but I don't really know what type of content I want to create. So that's me in a nutshell. You can find more in the description where I witter on or whatever. Watch previous videos, it'll tell you a little bit more. But the main thing, if you watch previous videos, actually, please just put aside the quality of the actual video, like the quality of audio and things. I'm working on that. I've got a microphone now. It's all legit. Okay, so point 1 of 5. This one is going to be personal life. So when it came to this year, my business is me. I am my business. So therefore, personal life and business will intertwine, and that's why I planned them both at the same time. However, I realized there was a lot of things that maybe I did on and off last year that I wanted to do full time this year because things came up and things went on, but it gave no real reason to why I stopped doing them things. So the first thing is habits and routines. Everyone preaches this. There's abundance of content out there about this, and there's a lot of creators that talk about all this, but my main thing with me having ADHD is that I can struggle with habits and routine. The book Atomic Habits has been awesome for me because it talks about building systems, and that's what I need to do more this year. So I want to stick to them a lot because when business and everything and life was the best, it is when I had habits and routines. I was very habitual and it was phenomenal. So that's going to be the main thing I'm organizing this year. So I broke down the habits that I want to have, how I want to do them, when I want to do them, and how do I keep track of them. And one of the main things I did with this was actually create mini accountability buddies. I've never really done that before, but instead of just one, I actually made a group chat with a lot of us all wanting to do the same thing. And I know for a fact that I want to carry on doing these things so I don't look an idiot in that group chat, which is how I'm mainly getting into all of this. And it's really helping already. The 5 a.m. club was the first thing. The reason why I want more time in my day for me to do stuff. I don't mind going to bed at 9 p.m. Doesn't faze me. It'll stop me going out. It'll stop me drinking. So that was one of the main things that I wanted to sort, is my actual habits and routines. And the next thing really for personal life, I'm just picking a few, by the way, I'm just picking a few things from all of this. Also, ignore this shadow. The lighting's appalling in here. So the light here just keeps like John Cena, as if I know that reference. Anyway, so number 2 on this, out of the random few that I've picked for each point, is this is the year for education. It has been a while since I have learned something new. I actually want to educate myself. So I picked 2 kind of topics as well as enhancing my skills in business, which I really want to do anyway. The main thing that I picked with this is learning a new language, whether that's British Sign Language or possibly Portuguese, Spanish or Italian. I want to learn one of them 3 languages at some point. If I can learn one of them, even just basic, like it's just a level of education that I want to go into. I'm going to focus on that this year as well, which actually nicely ties into the fact that I want to go to a new country every month, is one of my personal things as well. So I want to be able to plan that, whether it's for a weekend, whether it's for a week, whether it's for a month, whether it's full time. I don't know yet. And all of these places aren't holidays. I will work while I'm there, but I just want to go to a new country every month. I've not traveled a lot as an adult Traveling feeds my soul. I absolutely thrive off it. You can see previous content when I went to Italy, and yeah. So new country every month, habits and routines, which also I want to build so I can travel and keep them at the same time whilst learning new languages. Okay, so point 2 is business plans. Once again, I've picked a few from a lot that I've got going on here, and I'm really excited for all of them, especially starting with number 1, which is to do my second business that I launched this year, which I want to make global. So with this platform, I want to basically launch it in a multitude of different countries, because I won't lie, that's what I don't want it. I want someone to buy it. So I want to get it to a level ready for maybe 2025, where someone will hopefully acquire it from me. Nice and simple, right? Nice little goal for 2024, getting ready for 2025 already. I'm not complaining. Which then ties into kind of the second point on this, which is having 4 income streams. So I'm lucky with my main agency that we have a multitude of different ways that people work with us, which brings in different varieties, different money in different areas within that one. And obviously I've got the second business, I'm monetizing that. But I want to find about another 2 ways of bringing in income just to make sure that it is pretty level, is the best way I can put it. I'm going to be doing a video based on my 7 takeaways from 2023 and having the more income streams, we'll go with that. Having more income streams will tie into one of the things that I learned in 2023, because I just want to make sure that it's level and everything is secure for the business. Then point number 3, which once again ties in with something I learned for 2023, which is stay consistent with my quarterly planning, reviewing and actioning. Because a lot of us do all this at the beginning of the year. Like for example, now you're watching this. If you go away and plan all this stuff, are you just going to make it now, or when you're going to look back at it? So put it in your diary when you're going to actually review it. I'm putting it in there that I look at my big top 3 goals and everything 3 times a week. I also then review it twice a month, so mid-month and end of month, because then the end of month ties into the beginning of like the next month kind of thing. So I'm doing that just to make sure that I keep on top of it, I keep on track of it. And therefore, if I have got busy and work's been going ahead, I can actually put time aside to do the things that I need to do to keep on track with my plans. I can sacrifice a night out, I can sacrifice going out for dinner, but the point is I don't want to be sacrificing anything, which is why I've put these check-in points during the week and during the month, so I shouldn't have to sacrifice. So out of all of these, I guess point 3 of the video is my actual top 3 goals for the whole year. So my top 3 goals for the whole year are pretty simple. I've mentioned a couple of them already. Of all of this, I was talking to a good friend of mine called Andrew, and I've been using his system, like I say, that I'll mention at the end, for planning for the year. And in there it says pick 3 top goals. You've got loads, you've got a variety of them, but if you achieve them early, another goal can move up the ladder. My top 3 goals for this year are pretty simple. I want to be debt-free is one of my main things. I'm lucky that I'm not in a multitude of debt, but I want to be debt-free. I want to be able to just know that I don't owe anyone any money. So that's number 1. Secondly is to get my agency back to 10K a month minimum consistently. Once again, tying in with things that happened in 2023, where we just had a bit of a rough patch at one point. We were there, we were at the 10K mark, you know, over, but I want to make sure that we're consistently at that as our minimum of what we're turning over each month. That's secondly. And then thirdly is the learning a new language. That's the one that I know is probably the most ambitious out of all 3 of them. I want to make sure that I can learn something, like I say, whether it's basic level or of some spot where I'm fluent, I don't know, but they're my 3 goals. I've got other goals in there. Some are selfish, some are business, some are more personal life once again, but my probably most selfish and materialistic goal, if that is the word, materialistic goal, is I want to own a nice watch by the end of the year. Looking at the amount of money that will hopefully be turning over, I don't believe I can justify buying a big brand such as a Patek or an AP. So I'm hoping at some point this year I can buy myself either a Rolex or a Cartier watch. So that is the selfish goal. That's the materialistic goal for this year, is to be able to get one of them things. And then a couple of extra bits. So you might be like, well, these tie into everything else. So no, my extra bits are just a couple of random things that I'm doing just for me, for the sake of it. Literally for the sake of it. Maybe because I don't do them things, or I just want to push myself a little bit more. So these extra 2 bits are, I'm reading a book a week, is the aim, which is ludicrous. I've never read 52 books in my life. I don't think I've ever read more than 10 books in my life. So this is the start of January. So the first one that I'm reading is 48 Laws of Power. So what I'm doing is from January upwards, I'm starting with smaller books, making my way bigger to build that habit of reading them, getting into them. A lot of them will be self-help, development, kind of business books, which also is good because them books are actually made for you to not mainly need to read every chapter if you don't want to. You can pick the chapters you need or want to read, which is what I'm going to be doing in some of the other books. So A book a week is the ludicrous extra thing that I'm doing. I've got a tracker where I'm keeping track of them because my problem is with reading books. So I read them and I can't remember what I've read. So every time I've read a few chapters, I've got this like log for each book. I'll summarize each chapter, etc. So then when I can't remember, I can just go back to my summaries and read them to keep up to date with them. I didn't really do English lit or language, whichever it was, when I was in schools. I never fully learned how to like annotate books or to use like sticky notes and things like that. So if one of you knows how to do that, please get in touch or comment something. But that is the big thing that I really want to do, tying in with that educational goal that I've got, just enhancing my level of knowledge. The next one is I've put myself in for a couple of marathons. So I can't really run. I play badminton, but I'd never gone for a run since I started playing badminton about midway through 2023. And when I went for a run before I decided this, I realized I used to struggle doing just 1K. And like now I can get to like 2, get to 3, because badminton is like stop and start, but my cardiovascular has got better. All I've ever said is that I want to be able to run 5K. That's it, because then I can go on runs with people, with friends, and do a nice 5K run. So what I've done is this year, I've put myself in for a couple of marathons. Fun ones. I won't be able to do a like realistic one yet, I don't think. I think I just maybe find it boring. But I've put myself in for a couple of marathons just to be able to push myself and keep going and to keep that, once again, accountability for running. So I do badminton 3 times a week. I'm going to put running possibly 2 times, max 3 times a week on top of that, because I also go to the gym like 6 days a week as well. So a lot of fitness, but yeah, that's one of the big things as well for this year, is to be able to get into doing marathons. And the last one, which is a fabulous thing I learned, if not last year, maybe the year before, which is looking more at my energy that I've got to invest into doing things. So as you've heard from this video, I've got a lot going on, including the marathons, the gym, the reading the books, to doing my goals, to launching my second business in other countries, to everything else. Which, when I watched a video of Ali Abdaal's quite a while ago, he talks about your energy investment portfolio. And he uses Notion to keep track of that. Basically, he talks about how you have a bucket list of things, you have active energy investments, and you have passive energy investments. Passive, for example, with me will be fitness, because I do them habitually, I do them a lot. It'll be work, it'll be anything like that. If you've got a partner, it might be your partner, it'll be family. They require passive energy because you do them all the time. Active energy is when maybe, let's say, I am planning a trip, or let's say we're decorating, moving house. Anything like that is classed as an active energy because it's active at that time, but it's not going to be there forever. And your bucket list is all the random things that you want. Ali has some really cool examples when he does this on his video. It's really good for you to be able to look at if you have actually got the energy to invest when people ask you to do things. When you already feel like, oh God, I'm a bit swamped, but I really want to do that thing, it'll actually give you the answer to go, you don't have the energy to invest into this, which is what I want to start doing. Because I go to things and I don't like the fact that I start leaving and wishing I didn't go, not because I didn't enjoy myself, but because I've left and I'm more depleted than I want to be. So that's going to be a big, big thing for 2024, is making my decisions dependent on my energy investment. And then I kind of guess point 5 is that the thing that I'm using to plan all this is Notion. So like I say, my friend Andrew, I'm going to drop a link below to his template he's made for Notion. I'm not getting anything from it. It's just a really cool template. And it's what I've been using to just plan my 2024. You can use his, or you can take some inspiration from it. But it's just easy because I run both my businesses through Notion. It helps that I can plan everything in there. It can integrate all together and systemize. And it's just working well for me. I also track a lot of my personal life on there as well. Just using one simple system to track all this. No app, no loads of different apps. I've tried all the habit apps and the trackers and the spreadsheets and everything else. It's just a lot. It's a lot of notifications. It's a lot of different places to do things. Whereas with this, it's something I already use every day of my life. So I'm just doing it on there. And it's free. So let's say you're not in business and you're watching this. It's completely free. So you can do it on there for yourself as well. And Andrew's template is free. So go check that out. I tried to do it as a bullet point view of my 2024. I could have really waffled on about a lot more of this stuff, but I just wanted to keep it as simple and to the point as I could. Hopefully you found something from that to help you for your 2024. Maybe you've taken something from it. Maybe you've got something I should maybe add that maybe I've missed that would complement something that I thought I'd do. Please, once again, let me know. I really hope this helps. Here's to an awesome 2024. I can't wait. Please look out for more of my content. I've got another video coming out after this one about my takeaways from 2023. It will be linked around here somewhere. So go check that one out. And other than that, ciao for now.